I'm meteorologist Mike Lestman.
And I'm Matt Wentz, and we're both meteorologists here at WKYC.
Yeah, and we are here to answer your questions so we can help you win.
How does body language affect the delivery of the presentation?
Body language is huge when it comes to how to deliver a presentation. You want to make sure that you are sitting straight up, shoulders back, chin up as well, and making sure that you are making eye contact with your audience.
Hey Matt, how important is it to make eye contact with your audience?
That's a great question. I think eye contact is super important. Now, here's the deal. When I'm giving a speech, little tip that I have is that I try to catch people that are falling asleep during a speech. No joke. If you look around the crowd, every time you look at someone, you want to see them nod. So the most important thing you can do is give that eye contact to the audience. Don't look down at your notes.
Hey Michael, how important is it to know your audience?
I think that knowing your audience is vital for a wonderful presentation because you don't speak the same way that you speak with, say, your parents or your grandparents as you do with your buddies and friends. So it's really important to know the audience that you're speaking with because whoever they are is going to affect the way that you end up delivering that presentation. So that is huge, my friends.
Okay, so I stutter sometimes. So when you get nervous, how do you overcome it?
Well, first off, something that my mom always told me is that practice makes perfect. I think that preparation is essential for relaxing and calming down those nerves.
How do you keep from saying like or
The easiest way is just saying other words like or ugh. Now, here's the deal. I think it's really important to know your speech that you're going to give, right? But know what your next talking point is. So always know where you're going to go next, and that'll help you from avoiding, because what like and are, those are just filler words. When your brain's going, that's what you're saying. So try practicing in front of a mirror and know your next talking point. Both those things help.
Is it okay to bring my note cards or should I have the topic memorized?
That's a good one. Just keep those there. You know what? I think that's a great question, right? In terms of being prepared for your speech, you don't want to be looking down at the note card the whole time, but I would recommend having note cards and some tips on making those note cards. Keep your points short and sweet, right? Because you don't have time to read your paragraph you wrote. Short little bullet points to help connect your idea with your next idea so that you don't say words like and up.
Michael, we only have 8 minutes for our presentation. What happens if you go over your time limit?
We live on being on time in the weather department.
Yeah.
Practice makes perfect, and you've got to practice.
Time's
Man.
up. Wrap it up.
All right. Sounds good. Just practice as much as you possibly can and make sure that you're on time with it and perhaps even practice being on time.
Please, give us some tips on how to present our project.
I say just have fun with it, just sit back, relax, have fun. It's something that you're passionate about. People want to see that. It's always a good idea, of course, to arrive early, just to kind of double and triple check to make sure the electronics are all working and functioning properly as well. And at that point, you should ace it. Boom. Ace.
Do you always have to dress differently, or is it always the same?
Yeah, you definitely want to change your dress based on the audience, right? An example, like we do our weather school visits, right? Normally we would wear dress shoes, but for weather school visits, we wear, sneakers.
You want to be comfortable.
You want to be comfortable and you want to be able to relate. The same goes for job interviews, ties, no ties for guys, for girls, nice dress with jewelry or not. You definitely want to change that up based on your audience.
Would it be a good idea to use props? If so, what kind of props would you use?
Great question. As a meteorologist, we love our props. So if it's snowing outside, we grab one of these. I think it helps to engage, it helps to entertain and keep the focus of your audience. And of course, if it's raining outside, we got the umbrellas ready and set to go as well.
That's right. And if you're talking about boats, bring in a boat.
What kind of props would you use on the beach?
What if I happen to have a snotty nose in the middle of my presentation?
What was the question? I didn't hear it. My ears are plugged. You better take care of it. You better take care of it.
Is it okay to wear shorts in the winter?
Eminem, can we start a talk show together? MTM.
So now that you've heard all this great presentation advice from us,
Hey, you ready to win?